You are watching Unpopular Opinions.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy AB, and you are now listening to another episode of the Unpopular Opinion Sports Podcast. I am AB, your host today.
And it's your boy Pap.
You already know what time it is. You already know. So, look, the NFL season is about to start, and we want to first thank y'all for, tuning in, checking us out, man, as we relaunch this podcast, start to get it going again, man. The people who've been rocking with us, we appreciate y'all, and we're gonna really get things rocking for real this time with the NFL season starting next week, or this upcoming Thursday. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. We got 3 games for y'all that we're gonna cover today. We're gonna cover the Bills and the Jets on Monday Night Football, September 11th in New York. It's gonna be a crazy environment. Lions and the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. Like I said, the Chiefs trying to defend their title again this season after defeating my Eagles in the Super Bowl, 35-38. And then we got the Dolphins and the Chargers. Another really good game. I think it's going to be an explosive offensive game. So we're going to start with that Lions and Chiefs first game, man. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Lions and Chiefs. I like this game. I feel like it's got a good chance to be a really good game. The Lions can show a little bit of what they got. And the Chiefs can also show what everyone's been wondering all offseason. What is that offense going to look like this year with the receivers they got? Of course, they've still got Travis Kelce, but I mean, who's going to be the next guy up? Is it Tony? Is it Sky Moore? A lot of people are saying Sky Moore. Tony can stay healthy. I feel like he's going to be the one to do it. We can't take away what Travis Kelce has been putting on paper for the last few years.
Yeah.
My man has 7 straight years of over 1,000 yards. He's at age 33, but he does not look like he's slowing down at all. Last year, he had 12 touchdowns. I mean, the guy's amazing. I do feel like, though, the Lions may pull this game off simply because of the fact that Chris Jones not being there opens up a lot of things for the Lions offense. For one, the run game is going to have a little more freedom, as well as the pass rush of the Chiefs is going to be hurt. So the pass game is going to have a little more freedom. Both of which work in Jared Goff's favor. When it comes to the run game working, that opens up the play action, which everyone knows when he was in with the Rams, play action was his bread and butter. So if the run game gets going, I see that being a really high scoring game that the Lions may pull off.
Yeah, man. What's the score? What you thinking?
I'll give it 38-32. It's going to come down to a last-minute type scoring deal.
Okay, cool. And that game is in Arrowhead, so the environment, you already know the environment going to be stupid.
It gets loud.
That crowd going to be crazy. So my take, I definitely think Chris Jones is definitely going to make a huge impact. Him not being there, he's looking to potentially hold out for the whole 8 weeks. He has 8 weeks where he can hold out and be absent. He missed the latest practice, so Chiefs fans are definitely panicking. Travis Kelce is panicking. He said on his podcast, basically begging Chris Jones to come back because they do need him. And they did draft an edge rusher this year with their first round pick, but they got to give him some time to get acclimated to the defense. And obviously he's an athlete, so you can, maybe throw him out there sometimes, but you still need a guy like Chris Jones, man. He's probably the most dominant D tackle, I think, in the league now. You know what I'm saying? I would kind of put him over Aaron Donald even. So, you missing a guy like that for a defense who ranks, at the bottom in pass touchdowns. They gave up like the most pass touchdowns last year. So their pass defense is already, insufficient when it comes to that, and then you give you just give the opposing quarterback more time to throw because Chris Jones is not there. So Chris Jones definitely going to be an impact. Jamar Gibbs, I'm interested in seeing what he does as the first round pick from the Lions. They drafted him pretty high as a running back in today's age, number 12 overall, and I think he's going to be great though. I mean, as a prospect, I don't think it gets much better at the running back position than Jamar Gibbs. He can catch out the backfield. He can block pretty well. That's probably his weakest point right now is the blocking. But, I mean, as a runner, as a pure runner, seeing holes, attacking the holes, throwing guys off of him. I mean, he's a strong guy for 200 pounds. He's right at 200 pounds. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to do. I also drafted him in your fantasy league, so I need him to go crazy. Aiden Hutchinson, him too. Aiden Hutchinson, you can go ahead, but Aiden Hutchinson, I want to see what he gonna do too. You know what I'm saying? His second year, coming off a pretty good rookie year, and I'm interested to see what he's going. He might have I think he could have a sack or two on Mahomes. You know. So what was you gonna say though?
Just to go off your tip with the whole running game thing, I do like them picking up Montgomery as well as having Gibbs, because they have that same complementary roles that Swift and Jamal Williams had last year, and you saw how successful that was. David Montgomery, coming out of college, was one of the top players coming out of FBS when it comes to broken tackles and yards after contact. So when you give him a line like the line that the Lions have developed over the last few years, I do feel like they can be extremely successful, especially with a Chiefs team missing Chris Jones.
Got you. Well, I'm going Chiefs, man. I don't see the Chiefs losing at Arrowhead, especially with Detroit. They're still a fairly young team. And I don't really, besides St. Brown, what's his name?
Amara
St. Brown, yeah. Besides him, I don't really see a threat, you know what I mean? A receiving threat that can really give them trouble. They're going to have to go crazy in the run game. I think if they were to win, they're going to have like 200 rushing yards or something like that. But I'm going Chiefs. I'm going to say 27-17 Chiefs. Yeah, so that's my take on that. So let's go ahead and jump into the Dolphins-Chargers game. That's going to be an interesting one. That's a midday game in LA. I wish I could go to that game, man. That game will probably be a beautiful game and like an exciting game too. Obviously, you got Tua. We'll see what he does coming back off of injury, and then Herbert. So what's your take on that game?
I feel like this is one of the best looking games on paper. You have two pretty good defenses. Not the greatest, but not the worst. Nice above middle of the pack defenses. And two absolutely explosive offenses. I mean, you've got Tua paired up with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I mean, that's just craziness, taking the top off the Maybach every time you drop back in the pocket. If Tua can stay healthy, that team's going to be something to watch out for. The Chargers are also going to be something to watch out for, because over this offseason, they added Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to realize that Kellen Moore led the Cowboys to the best offensive rating in history. Mind you, they averaged 407 net yards per game and 31.2 points per game in 2021, both which led the NFL. Kellen Moore having Justin Herbert with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, the new acquisition of rookie Quentin Johnston, and Josh Palmer, who showed promise last year. I feel like if they can stay healthy with the help of Gerald Everett, who's a great tight end, nice speed, nice hands, and they have Austin Eckler, who everyone knows over the last years. That's why he got paid, because the man is absolutely fire. I feel like if that offense can stay healthy, Justin Herbert can have an MVP caliber year. We're going to be talking about him at the end of the season being an MVP candidate.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. The concern always for the Chargers really is the defense. That Mac-Bosa combination, I think, can be elite. Obviously, Mac got hurt last year. I'm interested to see what he's going to do coming off that injury. I think he's fully healthy now. He's back. He's motivated. I really want to see them healthy, man, because I really want to see what they can do together. We didn't get to see that last year. We hopefully will get to see that this year. And then J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson, a huge acquisition from them last year. They thought that they were going to make a major jump in defensive rating last year because of the additions of Mac and J.C. Jackson. Now let's see, with a full offseason, they coming back off of their injuries and recovery. They should both be ready to go. And Asante Samuel Jr., obviously a really good corner as well. So they have, the combination of what it would take to make an elite defense. They just have to stay healthy. And then Rashawn Slater, left tackle, star left tackle at this point. I think he's one of the best in the league, protecting Justin Herbert's blind side. He didn't have that for most of the year last year. So now he comes back. Like you said, Austin Eckler being a beast. Every year just going crazy. Obviously, we know his fantasy value, but what he does actually in the game as well, just being can make something happen out of nothing. You know what I mean? He can make a 2-yard gain into a 20-yard gain just by missed tackles, and he's strong for his size. So And like you said, I love the combination of one of the most underrated receivers in the league. He doesn't really ever get the credit. Keenan Allen. We know how great he is as a route runner. He had one tape I think I saw on Instagram where he just cooked somebody. Like, it was bad. It was a crazy route. I had never seen that route before, but Keenan Allen.
Crazy.
Yeah, Keenan Allen being the dog. Mike Williams, I think he's going to have a big year this year, so watch out for that. And Quentin Johnson, like you said, that draft pick. So he has the weapons. Herbert definitely has the weapons, and I agree with you. I think Herbert's going to be top 5 in passing yards and passing touchdowns this year.
And I definitely think Herbert's going to make a nice little comeback, bounce back from last year, because last year he had career lows, which granted he's only had 3 years, but he had career lows in yards, touchdowns, and maybe interceptions.
Well, Allen was hurt most of the year last year,
Mike Williams
too.
was also hurt a lot of last season. That's what I'm saying. They had injury issues, so I feel like he's definitely going to have a bounce-back season. Last year was his only year throwing less than 30 touchdowns in his career, in which he only threw 25. But, like I said, with Kellen Moore, if Kellen Moore had Dak Prescott leading the second highest scoring offense in the NFL over the 4 years that he was the offensive coordinator, with all those turnovers, imagine what he can do with Justin Herbert.
Yeah. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm rooting for Herbo too. I like Justin Herbert a lot, so I'm rooting for him. And it's a surprise that the coach didn't get fired after they lost in the playoffs last year. That loss was embarrassing. So I think they all should be coming back motivated this year for sure. Let's go ahead and hop into this last game, the Bills and the Jets on Monday Night Football. 8:15 kickoff in New York, September 11th. It's going to be a show. It is going to be a show. So go ahead and give me your take on that game.
That's going to be a really good game. I feel like the Bills are still going to come out on top just because they are the Bills. Their defense is coming back healthy this year. If Von Miller can stay healthy, Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer. The only piece they're really missing from their dominant defense is Tremaine Edmonds, who's going to be replaced. He played great last year, don't get me wrong, and now he's out of there. But him being replaced by the health of those other guys, it's not going to slow them down at all. They were one of the top teams when it comes to defending the pass. They had 17 interceptions last year. The Jets had 15 interceptions right behind them. Both teams allowed 21 passing touchdowns. But when you look at teams I feel like that's going to be a really good game, and it's going to come down to whose defense can stop who more, because we know Aaron Rodgers, all those weapons that he's brought with him out there to New York, it's going to be crazy. And Josh Allen just being who Josh Allen is, it's going to come down to the Bills being able to run the ball with someone not named Josh Allen. James Cook or Damian Harris are going to have to step up. That's the only way they're going to win this game.
Yeah, and the Bills defense is really good, man. It's not talked about enough, but they're top 10 in pass defense in terms of yards, and they're top 5 in defense in terms of rush yards. So their rush defense is really good. They don't give up a lot of yards in the run game. Dalvin Cook going to the Jets, I think that was a huge addition for the Jets. I was surprised that he stayed a free agent for so long, honestly, but you're talking about a guy who, over 1,000 yards every year. He's been in the league, has had really elite seasons, even missed games, and still, cracked 1,000. So
he's lost a step in his explosiveness, though.
You think so?
He's definitely lost a step.
I could see that. But he still had, he had some big games last year for the Vikings and, showed out. But, I'm excited to see the matchup of Diggs against Sauce. Mm-hmm. Diggs against Sauce. And then we got Rodgers Allen. So, those are going to be some really good matchups, face-offs against each other. And, man, I think I'm going to go Jets, though. We didn't even say who we was going to pick for Chargers and Dolphins, but I'm going to pick
I'm going Chargers.
I'm going to go Dolphins.
Hey, we can do it.
I'm going to go Dolphins. I'm going to go Dolphins against the Chargers. I think they're going to win that one. But Bills, Jets, that's a tough one, man. I'm going Jets. I think the Jets going to win at home. It's in MetLife, right? I think it's MetLife Stadium. Sure. But, I'm going Jets in that one. I think the Jets going to get them.
I'm going Bills. I don't trust. It's the regular season. Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest regular season quarterbacks we know.
There we go.
But just remember, when it comes down to it, the Jets are going to jet. And at the end of the season,
I think they're gonna turn it around. I don't think they're gonna be in the Super Bowl, but I do think that they're gonna be a really good team.
I mean, their coach has definitely
changed the
culture around. They believe that they can win now. And then him going and bringing in Aaron Rodgers on top of everything else he's shown them through his time there. I feel like they actually have bought into the fact that they can make some noise in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this year they are going to show that they're here for at least a couple years, maybe.
And I mean, the Jets defense is no slouch either. I know I talked about the Bills defense, but the Jets was third in pass defense.
And 8th in sacks last year.
8th in sacks.
So not only do they do well at defending the pass, they also get to the quarterback well.
Yeah, Williams, man. Like
Quentin Williams.
Quentin Williams is a dog. And I think he's going to be even better. He's going to be more motivated. He just got a new contract with them, one of the highest pay at his position. I think the highest paid, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, he's gonna be great for them. And their defense is just really good. They got Sauce and the other corner on the other side, DJ Reed. Yeah, they're both young, you know, ready to get after it. And I think Garrett Wilson and Sauce is actually gonna make each other better. You know what I'm saying? Going against each other, practice every week. I think that's gonna be great for them too. Mm-hmm. So you say you got Bills?
I got Bills.
I'm going Jets. I'm going 27-24.
I do like 27-24.
And now that I say it, I don't know if the Dolphins going to win because Ramsey hurt. And I forgot to mention that. Torn meniscus out until December. So that's going to be something too. So yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and end it right there. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all check us out on YouTube. We also got episodes on Spotify as well. Make sure that y'all, you know, just continue to tap in with us. We look to be dropping every Tuesday and Friday now, so look out for that. We gonna get it. We gonna get out there, man. It's gonna be a good year this year. It's definitely gonna be a good year and good football season. We excited for the season. I hope y'all are. Yeah, just check us out on YouTube, Unpopular Opinion Sports Podcast. Same thing on Spotify. So we up out of here.
And just so you know, your Eagles are going down. Pats Nation, baby.
Oh, no. We won.
Go, Pats, go.
See, I ain't even talking about the
Pats,
Eagles
go.
yet, but we gonna get to them. We gonna get to my Eagles eventually. We gonna get to y'all Patriots too. Yeah. But, bro, we win it, bro. I ain't gonna talk about it. We out of here, man. We out.
You are watching Unpopular Opinions.